WTF Nation Radio.
Stand up for the things I believe in, but I don't always do what's right. I'm the only hell my mama ever raised, but hell my mama tried. I am the last of a dying breed. There ain't many souls left like me. I'm a man of my word, that's a guarantee. I'm the last of a dying breed. Don't need much for me to get by. I don't fit in with the suit and the tie. You won't see me sitting high on a throne, so please tell the wolves that I'm finally home. I am the last of a dying breed. There ain't many souls left like me. I'm a man of my word, that's a guarantee. I'm the last of a dying breed. I'm a God-fearing man, I ain't afraid of my fate. I'm a lot like Jake, born 50 years too of a dying breed. There ain't many souls left like me. I'm a man of my word, that's a guarantee. I'm the last of a dying breed. I am the last of a dying breed. There ain't many souls left like me. I'm a man of my word, that's a guarantee. I'm the last of a dying breed.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
A lot of people look at us as robots who are just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. Let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
I don't know shit about fuck.
And here we go. Welcome to Friday Night Freedom, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining Friday Night Freedom tonight here on the third day of March, 2000 and what year is this? 23. 2023. My name is Koz. The man with the awesome mustache and the guy with the incredible beard is Pooky.
Hello.
What's going on?
Not much, man.
Man, I'm really. What? Dude, I'm jealous. Everyone gives you, like, Ryan Weaver was on last week, and he's complimenting you on the beard, and I'm like, damn.
Just grow a beard, man.
I need facial hair and stuff. I couldn't do it in a week, so here we go. Whoop, it's a little crooked. This one.
I shaved last week. It was just boom, bang, man.
You just wake up and you're like covered in hair. So yeah, this is my majestic mustache. Actually, this is a mustache. I ended up buying grocery shopping last week. I came across it's a Stromboli. I bought a Stromboli, and on the back of it, there's like one of those little. It's a pop out Sicilian, it's a Sicilian, Stromboli or whatever. But there's like shit for kids to do, and there's this thing. You pop it out, and it. Can you tell it's fake?
As long as you're not angry, mustache man, we're all right, man. You could be mustache man.
I'm a stash Koz.
Mustache.
So yeah, it's one of those little things you pop out and you can use it as a mustache. So I figured I'd play the facial hair game. Hell yeah. No, I don't. I grow facial hair like a Mexican teenager, man. I can't. I don't do it any justice. So I just.
No full blown. I can, but
I can, but it's like right here, not here so much, but it's mostly right here. It doesn't. It's not. I don't want to look like a science teacher or nothing. So here we are. On Friday, I remembered to unmute the microphone. I think I deserve a raise. That was pretty cool.
Yep, free snacks.
I got free snacks, more snacks. Dude, we had some weather last night, man, and you guys are about to get it tonight. Mom got it earlier. Oh, gosh. I hate banning people. Don't do that.
Who said what?
Oh, this is one of those... hey, call this number, God bless you, I have all this money and I need you to launder it for me type things. So I don't know where are they posted to? Was that on the radio?
That was Facebook. Alzal Bizimo. What happened to my Facebook here?
I don't know. I got rid of it. I'm sorry, but no. So here we are in the third day of March. It's March, dude. Every time it turns over to a new month, I'm like, oh, it's a new month. Oh my gosh, where's the year going?
It's grass cutting season. I need to buy me a new lawnmower.
I saw a picture. It was a picture of some river out by where you are.
Oh dear.
And it just says the devil's dust. And it was just
that's what I call it.
It was just it was a picture of the shoreline, and probably, 100 meters out from the shoreline was nothing but this yellow muck that was washing ashore, that was coming from the trees, settles in the water and washes ashore.
Got to be in my area.
My gosh, dude, that's nasty.
Ridiculous. I think I sent you a picture. Like, it rained for maybe 15 seconds, just enough to, knock the stuff out of there. And at the bottom of my driveway where the water pools, there's this permanent green, like it's like 2 inches thick right now of this green shit. No? I can't walk outside without like instantly just being like suffocated.
So I guess you don't want to walk out there with a leaf blower.
No.
So you got to figure those pollen chunks are pretty big, but if you wore one of those diapers on your face, like that Fauci mandated everyone wear.
Chin diaper, yeah.
Yeah, the chin diaper. It wouldn't have done you any good, right?
Nah. I don't need my grass cut right now. I just need a new lawnmower because mine's dead.
I'm waiting. I mean, we got our blue bonnets are starting to come up already, but it's been crazy stupid with the weather. It'd be like 80 degrees, 87 degrees one day, and then it'll drop down into the 40s. I don't think it's over yet, but I don't think it's going to be. We're not going to get a freeze or snow or ice or anything like that. We do have next Saturday, I think, for a brief, like a day in the forecast, there was like a winter mix is possible next Saturday, but that's already been taken out of the forecast. But so I think we're done with the freezing, but the temperature fluctuations are nasty, man. We had that storm that came through yesterday. It was a little scary. It was a little bit scary right before Sergeant's time, about 30 minutes before Sergeant's time last night. I'm sitting here, I'm doing work. I'm working on tonight's show, and I'm hearing something outside. I'm like, oh fuck, those are the tornado sirens. It's a little early, So I got 4 monitors here, so I pulled up the real. I got a link to a real-time radar, so it's not like delayed by 5 minutes or 7 minutes. It's like real time as it's happening. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, man, that shit's not even here yet, and the tornado sirens are going off. It got swirly and bluish green and windy, and the wind was coming from all directions, and we got rain, we got a little bit of thunder, and it moved on. But all in the news today, like a bunch of the storm chasing groups that are here, and a lot of the news organizations that are actually present on Facebook, that have a Facebook presence, are like you are my 110th missing trampoline post. And there's pictures of like trampolines on top of buildings and on top of people's houses and in the middle of the street and things like that. What's going on, Musa?
Musa's there.
David, Richard Branco's here.
Branco.
Heath Barlow. Christian Cardona. Everybody's
David
here.
Cunningham.
King Smith. Almost. King Smith was almost the first comment. The actual King
Smith.
He's not a fake. He's really a king.
He's the king.
But Patrick Lowe's had the first comment of the evening. I think he may have been commenting on the stash. I don't know. So remember a couple of weeks ago we had Eric Christensen on. He was it was about a month ago. It doesn't seem like it was a month ago. But he was on the program. He's a director, cinematographer, and editor. And he was here to discuss his documentary called Unmasking Hope. Well, I actually found it. And I watched it. It's about an hour and 26 minutes, I think, is the runtime on that. Dude, it's really good. It's really good. I don't really do those types of documentaries, but man, it was really good. It was really well put together. And I think it would be worth everyone's while to go, especially if you're veterans. I mean, we're kind of catering to veterans and stuff, but it was just Unmasking Hope was about people who have experienced trauma in their life. Doesn't matter if it's PTS, doesn't matter if it's sexual assault, doesn't matter. I mean, it's all kinds of trauma. Car accidents. You've been involved in a shooting. There was a a lady there, a woman there who was involved in actually 2 shootings. She was in the shooting in Vegas, and then she went back home, and then she was in a shooting back home. There's a soldier who was sexually assaulted. Of course, she has PTS from combat type things. And it's just all different types of trauma. And it's a show. You can find it on PBS. Just go to pbs.org.gov. Is it org?
I think it's an organization.
And just type in or go to shows, and then just look up Unmasking Hope, and it's there. It's really good. It's really good from front to back. It's not like boring in spots and stuff. It's really, it'll grab your attention from the front to the back. So I really highly suggest that everybody watches it. Because even if you didn't go through any trauma in your life, maybe someone in your life did, or maybe one of your buddies did, or something, and you can, I don't know, do something with that information that they give you. Because we don't have much of a housekeeping for this week. We have a one guest coming up this week, and she looks like a badass. I looked her up. It's going to be on Pop Culture Warrior this Tuesday. Debbie Mae West is a voice actor. She's a surfer. She's a voice actor. She voiced Lucky in 101 Dalmatians.
I think she voiced Tsunade in Naruto, but
she does a lot of voice work.
Yes.
A lot of voice. Her list is really, really big. I don't game or do anything like that, so she does a lot of gaming voices. She does voices for a lot of work for NFL Network, Discovery Health, Smithsonian Channel, Investigation Discovery. Her list of shit that she does is just massive, and she's going to be on with CQ this Tuesday. So tune in. We'll tune into all of our shows, not just because we have guests, because we got 6 shows. We're up to 6 shows a week, man.
Mm-hmm.
Monday edition on Monday. Tuesday, excuse me. Tuesday is dude. I almost said Tied Up Tuesday. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior. Wednesday is the Smoke Pit. Thursday is Sergeant's Time. Friday is Friday Night Freedom. Saturdays are Don's a Day, and on Sunday we have the Sports Bar with the actual King Smith and Coach, and they talk about sportsy things,
sports stuff. Yeah.
So I guess the next big thing coming up is baseball season, I suppose, as far as sports interests in North America.
I saw something interesting. Speaking of baseball,
what's up?
They're like trying to put together it's kind of like like the football World Cup, but instead of it being soccer or football or whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from, it's baseball, where all the best players from around the world get in with their country and they play a massive baseball tournament.
I'd be down for that.
I like baseball is fun.
Baseball is fun until it's not. Your game is either boring or it's not. I've been to games. I've been to games that were just like final score 1-0, not because it was really good or a really good defensive game. It's just boring. But I've been to games that have carried over to the next day because they keep on tying. It's the 23rd inning, and it's like, we're going to come back tomorrow. All of our pitchers' arms have fallen off. We need to find new pitchers, so we're going to come back tomorrow.
But it'd be interesting to watch. Japan's supposed to be in it. United States.
Japan, get fucking Cuba in there, man. Get Venezuela in there. Get all the nations in there.
I think there's a lot of South American nations, Central American nations going to be involved with it. I think South Korea might be involved with
those
it.
Those fuckers can play some ball, man.
Actually, the Japanese, I tell my grandfather this all the time. It's I think the Japanese are pro baseball players.
They're like ninja baseball players.
They love baseball over there in Japan.
They're good at it. They're good at what they're awesome. Especially down in Mexico and in Cuba, South America, Central America, man. They're just That's why a lot of our best players are from that region of the world.
Yeah.
Except Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's from Texas.
Texas. He's from Texas. Texas sharpshooter.
Damn. He throws it 100 miles an hour, man. He can
I
just get out of the way.
I just thinking
just over and over. How long did he play? How long did he play baseball? 20-something years?
He was on like the NES baseball game that I had from back in like the 80s. I think he was on there, and he was just ridiculous. Like my cousin used to get so mad because I'd play the Texas Rangers, and I would smoke him with my pitcher.
I remember reading stories about, it was just like, yeah, like umpires that used to call balls or strikes against, when Nolan Ryan was pitching, they couldn't see shit, so they would ask the catcher, was that a ball or a strike? I mean, that's fast, dude. I get nervous at the batting cage when those batting cages are just coming in at 50, 60, 70, 80 at the
80.
most.
80 is like the max I can hit. Even now, at my age, I could still probably smack a couple 80s. I'll sit that.
I can hit some foul balls. I can definitely hit some foul balls at 80 miles an hour. I'm good for about a 60 or 70 mile an hour ball. That's about it, man.
60, I'm smacking them every time.
Yeah.
You start getting about 80, that's when I start missing them.
Just a rhythm thing, but
100 miles an hour, I could.
It's like, pow! Dude, did he pitch it?
Like, what just happened?
Yeah. I don't think there'll be another pitcher quite like Nolan. And he punches people in the face.
Yes.
You rush the mound, he's gonna punch you in the face.
You get knocked out. That's old baseball, man. That's the baseball.
Who was it? That was a Chicago White Sox player.
I can't remember.
God damn it! I know these facts. And I can't think of it right now. I know someone.
What was this? That one pitcher that hit that fucking, was it a dove or a pigeon that flew in front of
that was the see, I don't remember what his name is, but I know his nickname is the Unit.
It's just
vaporized a pigeon.
Like, holy shit.
Oh, Heath.
I remember.
Yes, the Dominican Republic, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they got some good baseball players down there.
Yeah. That's a different breed of people. I've got an engineer that I work with. He's from Dominican Republic, and that guy's he's not weird. He's different. He's just high strung, and what the hell? He's always there, and he's always talking, and it's funny. He came to the United States, and he was a tanker.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
I'll watch them tankers.
Kenny Powers. Oh, yeah, Heath. Yeah, per capita, the most professional baseball players come from the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Johnson is the guy that vaporized the dove.
Yes.
The Unit. He wasn't a pretty pitcher, but he was good too.
I think was it the Orioles? I can't remember the game, but I it's stuck in my head because I've seen it as a kid. Because my dad used to love watching baseball on TV all the time. But a skunk snuck on the field and went straight into the dugout, and I've never seen so many men jumping out of a trench.
He just wanted to hang out, man.
I think it was an Orioles game. I can't remember. Holy crap, it was nuts.
That's funny. So I guess we got to get into the meat of the show. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Got about 10 subjects. Maybe we'll get to them all. Maybe we won't. Who knows? We're going to have a good time doing it, though. I'm glad you're all here, man. And we're here every Friday night, usually, unless Pookie's got something going on or I got something going on. I don't have anything on my schedule until probably April next month, but that's not even solid yet, so I can't even put in a DA-31 for that.
I wouldn't even be able to tell you right now. I think I might be taking a trip down to Florida here, and
hell yeah,
and next maybe month or so. But you all know about it.
What's her name? Is she pretty?
No, I'm going to visit family. My grandfather down there is kind of getting up there in age. And
Yeah.
my sister's gonna be down. I get to see my nephew for the first time. So
Oh, that's cool.
It should be interesting. You know.
So we got Joe Biden in the news right before we came on the air. He had a physical, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And, the doc said, clean bill of health. But now other things are coming out where it's like, clean bill of health, but, ... And it came out that he had, cancer?
Skin cancer.
Skin cancer. It's nothing. It's not like he's got, colon cancer or nothing like that, or liver cancer or some shit like that. But President Biden had a small skin lesion with a cancerous tissue removed from his chest during his physical exam in February. No further treatment is required, according to the White House physician. The tissue was excised during a procedure at Walter Reed on the 16th of February for a traditional biopsy. Dr. Kevin O'Connor wrote in a letter. Testing confirmed that the lesion was basal cell carcinoma, the most common form of skin cancer. All cancerous tissue was successfully removed, the doctor said. O'Connor said that basal cell carcinoma lesions do not typically spread, such as the more serious skin cancers like melanoma or squamous cell carcinoma. He also said that the site of the biopsy has healed nicely, and doctors will continue to monitor Mr. Biden's skin. So it's no big deal. I really hope nobody makes it a big deal. I've got one of my coworkers. He's one of my bosses. It's like almost every couple months he's going back to the dermatologist, and they're cutting something off of his back or his face or his hand or his arm or some shit like that. So, I obviously the president's going to heal fine. It's very, very common. It's not. It's more uncommon to not have any skin issues as far as like basal cell type stuff goes. Especially, I guess, being in the military. We spend all that damn time outside in the not nicest environments.
Biden was in the military. Biden was in the military.
No.
Oh.
No. I'm just saying, we should understand as veterans.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, what? This is news to me. Hold on.
He was a SEAL, dude. You have been okay. Pooky has been polluting our chat room with these fake deep fake videos, and it's like here's Barack Obama with who else with Donald Trump and stuff,
it's
and
called
they're just
Sleepy Joe and the Boys.
Sleepy Joe and the Boys. It's all the ex-presidents. So they deep fake the voices, kind of. Or the AI deep fake the voices, and it's just
Minecraft,
dude, it's funny as fuck.
Going to the pool, or my favorite was the Renaissance Fair. The Renaissance Fair was like
I need to watch those, and they're probably on YouTube, right?
Yes, yeah, they're on YouTube. I'd love to be able to say the guy's name who does it, because he's been dead on with like once a week, a new like it's like what 5 minutes video, 5 minute videos. They're hilarious. Hearing
the one that you just dropped was what the shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice.
That was part of the whole a Sleepy Joe and the Boys play Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Skit, yeah, that was from that. But it's like, sure, I think I'm gonna order some shrimp fried rice, and you got old Biden like, shrimp don't fry rice. Stop like gaslight.
That's not true.
And Donald Trump's like, what the hell are you talking about, you idiot?
I mean, and it's like there's no hold bars. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, I've got another chapter. Another chapter has opened up for my cell phone soap opera that's been going on. So when I ordered the phone, T-Mobile didn't put the suite number. I gave them the address that I wanted it delivered to, and I gave them the suite number. They didn't put the suite number down. So I'm getting pinged back from UPS saying that, hey, this address corresponds to 5 businesses. We need a specific business. And I'm like, it's the UPS store. And they're like, no, we need a suite number for that. I'm like, okay. So I gave it to them, and they're like, oh, we can't change the delivery. Only the sender can change the delivery. So I called up T-Mobile. I'm like, dude, please get these guys on the line and get this straightened out, because I would really like this phone. If I'm going to be paying for it, I'd like to be able to use it at least. So finally tonight, right before the show, I was wondering if I was going to be going overtime, but I did talk to T-Mobile, and they're keeping it at a UPS facility in the most. It says their policy is that we are going to leave it to a convenient location, a convenient UPS location near you. And to me, that means they're going to drop it off at a UPS store or something. No, this is like right smack dab in the middle of Fort Worth, like by the train yards in the shitty part of town. And their hours are like from 8 to 8, and they're not open on Saturday, so I can't go and pick it up tomorrow. So I'm going to, at some point this week, I'll probably go and pick it up. So that's over. What a pain in the butt, man.
Just for a phone.
Just for a phone. Stupid phone. A phone that I don't really need, but I got such a good deal on it. So
this is why I go into the actual store, and if they say they don't have what I want, I'll be like, all right, well, call me when you got it, and I walk out.
Well, I can get it in the store, but I wouldn't have gotten the
weird recycled discount or whatever it is.
Yeah, because I got double the memory, so it's 512 gig, and
512 gigabytes on a freaking cell phone.
I know.
Like, what are we fucking?
Remember back in the day when I was young, it's like I had, when I first started at my job, right after I got out of the Army in '96, we had computers that we didn't use. They had been decommissioned, but there were drawing packages on it. And this is like this Apple, it was an Apple IIe. It was a monitor, and it had everything in it. You know, the computer was attached, or the keyboard was attached, the monitor, everything, all and there was a disk drive in there. And on the back, it had a data tag, and it says now with 256 kilobytes of RAM.
Yes. I remember our computer lab at school got an upgrade, and they were all flipping out about it because it was like a 25 megabit hard drive. A megabyte hard drive. Yeah. They're like, oh, we got 25 meg. Like, what? When I
was in high school, we used to, during lunchtime or during homeroom, we would all go down to the library, and everyone had their own copy of Ultima 1 on a 5 1/4 inch floppy, and we'd go and we'd plug it into the
Ultima online?
Ultima. Oh, no, this is way before. This is Ultima 1. This is back in the 80s.
Ooh,
84, 85.
We used to play Scorched Earth.
David Cunningham says, Koz, you trade in your flip phone? I've actually still got one of my Nokia flip phones.
I've got a Nokia brick phone somewhere in here. I plugged it up, and it's still powered up.
I was gonna say, I bet you I could charge that thing and it'll fire up.
It powered up. I was like, okay, that's cool, but the technology like that it ran on doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think you can connect to anything.
No, that was like pre what was it, the old
GSM,
GFS systems or whatever.
They don't exist. Now those exist in colleges and stuff for people that are taking telecommunications degrees, and they can.
You got to learn the retro shit. Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about Biden. I hope he's going to recover fine. I think Jill. I think his wife, Dr. Jill, got had some stuff removed. Even my ex-wife had it a lot. Stuff removed. Something looks funny, cut it out.
I just let it grow on me. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna look like the Lizard Man in about 20 years.
Yeah, I guess we all are. Well, I mean, if you get any runoff from that crap that happened in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
So there's a flight that took a slight detour. So imagine you're on a flight going from point A to point B, and then all of a sudden you bank left. And you're wondering what the hell. You do this big 360 in the air, and then you continue on your mission. This kind of happened to a flight On Monday evening, passengers on flight U21806 from Reykjavik, Iceland to Manchester Airport were able to take pictures of the celestial spectacle after the pilot decided to perform the circular turn. The controlled detour to the west of the Faroe Islands took less than 10 minutes, and it occurred shortly after 8:30 p.m. while the Airbus A320 was flying at an altitude of 37,000 feet and a little under 500 miles an hour. A spokesman from the EasyJet company told the news agencies that we are pleased that our captain on our flight from Reykjavik to Manchester yesterday evening was able to perform a controlled maneuver in order to allow all of the passengers to witness an amazing display from the air of one of our nature's greatest sights, the Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights. So everybody on the aircraft, if they were willing, they could look out the window and they can see the Northern Lights. I haven't seen it. I've spent lots of time up in Montana, and you can see the Northern Lights from there.
I think one year they stretched down towards Pennsylvania. And
they came really, really low south. Yeah.
It was cool because it's the only time I ever see anything like that. But it was just like, it's not like that. No, it was nothing compared to that. And that picture you're showing right there is just, you see these weird things and it's okay, cool.
I guess you see some pea soup swoopies in the air, and it's just cool, man.
To see, but
it's very cool.
I mean, I wonder what it was like when my little sister went down to Antarctica. She was stationed on the South Pole. I wonder what that looked like down there at night. But
do they have those down on the South Pole? I know. I mean, they do.
They gotta have them down there. That's the way it's all that is electromagnetic. I'm not a physicist or anything like that, but that's like light waves bouncing off of our magnetosphere. It's
the flux lines of the planet.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they have them down south, but
we're just a big old magnet, man.
I don't know if she saw them or not, because I think she went if she went, it would have been during summer time frame, so she would have probably not seen daylight. I mean, nighttime at all while she was down there, so she probably didn't see them.
But I did do some reading on this, and they weren't the only airline that did that. I mean, there was a lot of airlines on FlightAware. You can see their flight path, and they were doing 360s. Sometimes there were flights that were doing like more than one. They would do a 360, and then a couple hundred miles down the road, they would do it again.
They're flying from Greenland to the UK is what they're flying from.
Reykjavik is in Iceland. In Manchester, it looks like England.
Oh yeah, it is. It is Iceland. I thought, never mind. Because I saw that little island, I was like, "Oh, there's Iceland." I was like, "No, that's not Iceland."
No, I think that's weather in the lower left-hand corner, and then let's see, on the upper portion is where Reykjavik is, and then they did the loop-de-loop about halfway through their trip, and then Manchester was their definition. Isn't that cool?
The FAA would never allow anything like that, though.
No, I'm sure they said, "Hey, we're gonna do this."
Oh, that's UK though, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the American FAA, but like, nope, keep on track. Got to make our times up.
Continue mission. That's badass.
Dope,
I wouldn't complain at all. I don't care if I was in a hurry or not.
With my luck, I get stuck with the asshole that's afraid to look out the window, and he's like, "No, I don't want to open the window."
Hey, can you put up your blind so I can see that? No, there's a man on the wing of this plane.
there's gremlins. No.
No, I would. It's one of my things. Before I die, I want to see the Northern Lights. I was proposed a question. I go to Reddit. Reddit is like 10 times worse than Twitter, because there are really great sub communities on Reddit, and I do like those. But if you're going to share, and a lot of it is, hey, I want your opinion about this. My landlord increased the rent from $1,000 a month to $1,800 a month. what do you think about that? I'm like, well, you know, I have chosen not to give personal opinions on hot button topics like economics or politics or religion. But there's other things that were like, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, it's gone. Fuck.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Hot button topic.
Yep. Gone. It's gone. Fuck.
It just flew out. No?
Yeah, it just fucking left my head.
Damn. I was about to say like Reddit's like you take the political spectrum, right? You got Reddit, which I look at as more of like a liberal mindset.
It's very left leaning. If you are pro America or if you're pro business or pro gun or,
I mean, there's some awesome like 2A subreddits,
right?
You know?
But they're subreddits. It's not like on the main.
But the thing, it's like super left, and then you've got 4chan, which is completely in the opposite direction.
You're delving into the conspiracy, the tinfoil hat society.
4chan is a dangerous place to even exist on, even look at. Don't even do it. Stay away from the 4chan.
Yeah, if it comes back to me, I want to talk about it because I thought about it today. And I'm like, man, I want to mention this, and then I didn't write a note. I didn't write a note down.
I'm gonna write it down. Reddit. I'm gonna keep saying Reddit until it clicks.
Maybe it'll click. Maybe it won't. So, Iranian ships. You know, I was under the impression that everyone was kind of like boycotting Iran and Russia and shit, and no one was doing business with them. But apparently that's not true necessarily. I ran across a story in middle January about a pair of Iranian warships making it around the world, kind of like they were just taking a cruise. So I figured, what the hell? They'll probably sink. I don't consider the Iranian Navy a force to be reckoned with at all. So I figured they'd probably sink, or they'd need some kind of aid, and we would come to their rescue or whatever. Or they'd break down or some shit like that. I never gave the article another thought until Tuesday night of this week. So on Tuesday, I read that both of these Iranian ships had docked in Rio de Janeiro, of all places. I was like, holy shit, that's a long way from home. They made it. Good job, guys. First of all, I was surprised that they made it. Second, and most importantly, why were they allowed to dock in Rio? The story was dated on Tuesday of this week, but the docking in Rio actually happened toward the end of January. It just wasn't reported. The arrival of these ships, both of which are sanctioned by the United States and other countries, set up a potential diplomatic showdown between the Biden administration and Brazil, which could face sanctions for hosting these vessels. Ted Cruz chimed in on this, and this is just a big-ass long quote from Uncle Ted. He said, the docking of Iranian warships